Hi everybody, my name is Andrzej Kudrasa from Deftaudio and we're here at knobcon 2025. So we've been here last year and we brought the Luma-mu, which is a recreation of a Roger Linn LM1 drum machine. This time we're introducing something very new that's already available for shipping. It's called the Luma-mu. Luma-mu is essentially the single channel of the LM1 Luma-1 drum machine. In the original design, the LM1, it has 9 discrete channels. So this is just one of those. It plays the sounds through the vintage 8-bit DAC that I have here. So it's a 40 years old part and we were able to secure enough to have for a batch. It plays sounds from the EEPROM that's here. And you can replace this EEPROM without any soldering. So you can just remove it from the socket and then lock it when you put it back. And the sounds are playing from the EEPROM through the DAC without any microprocessor or controller involved. So it's done everything with a simple logic chips, like in the original 1979 design, and that allows you to trigger it very precisely with very low latency. So that's the biggest advantage of that. Also, the single EEPROM sound contains of multiple sounds inside it, so you can split it up to the 8 sounds, and you can control what sound you are playing with a CV voltage. So let me give you an example of this. I have the Luma-mu connected here. We will be looking at this central module. And I have only 2 cables coming to this. One is the gate cable, another is a CV cable. And if I trigger it, so that's a bass drum, snare, and other sounds from the LM1 stock sounds, I can play the sounds and I can control what sound I'm playing with the CV voltage. So with that simple sequencer here, I press and play. So it's playing the bass drum and it plays the snare and I control the voltage. And so that's what sound sample I have here. But I can really make it really complex, even it's a single voice. So this is what's called linear programming. You have one voice, but you can alternate between multiple sounds. You still have a polyphony of one, and every next sound will stop the previous sound. But you can create a whole bit using that concept, and it still sounds convincing. So to build a whole modular drum machine, you don't have multiple modules. You can have just a few. You don't need 10 of them. You can have, of course, but this would allow you to create the full real LM1 experience. And the design has no compromise, so we have to use the original parts, we have to use the 40 years old DACs for this, and as long as we have it, we continue running that in production. So this is not only it. You're not limited to put the drum sounds on these machines, on these drum channels. You can put the tonal sounds, and you can really use it as the wavetable oscillator, because you can play just the basic sounds. This is just an example of the single shot tonal sound that I put here, but we can also program the wavetable sounds and make it like a wavetable oscillator. So the way it works, I take the single cycle waveforms and I put them onto the EEPROMs here. And so now I can play this EEPROM sample accurate. So it's always looping. There is no any loop points that you can hear. It's always sample accurate, but I can also switch between multiple waveforms at the same time. And so because they all coming from the same source, they have the same number of samples per period, you always stay in the same tune. So when you switch your waveforms, you basically change the sound, but you stay in the same pitch. You can also, using this concept, create a polyphonic synthesizer. And in this case, I link 3 of these modules together using this interface. And this allows me to play all 3 of them at the same time. That's just how silly it could be, but that's really all it does. I'm playing all of these modules with a polyphony of 3, this guy is managing the voice stealing and voice assignment. And so every time I hit the note, it goes to the different module. So I can put it in different waveforms. And even it's the same note, but it's switching to the different module that's playing different waveform. And so that's how you get the different sound every time that you play it. I think this is really it. So the question is how you can put your own sounds. And to make it simple, we make the wave editor. So that's one of our early customers who designed this tool called Luma tools. And you can just drag and drop your own waveforms, and you can save it as the EEPROM image, or you can connect it to the EEPROM emulator. That's another project that we have here, and it's called EEPROM. It's the small emulator that goes instead of EEPROM. It connects over USB, and we can program any sound data on it in a real time. So you don't need to have an EEPROM programmer. You don't need to contact us for getting your custom chips for you. And so we can really use that piece of the software and the hardware to emulate the ROM.
To find out more about Luma-mu and other instruments from Deftaudio, please visit their website and check out the description below this video. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to CatSynth TV.
You were watching CatSynth TV.